Donald Trump in 2016, 2020, and 2024.
This is all going in the trash. I do not support Trump anymore. He's a liar. He's a part of the deep state. I will not be supporting him anymore. He's part of the deep state.
Voted for
MAGA voters effed around and now they're finding out.
So this message is for Trump. I voted for you, right? I thought that you said that you was gonna make America great again, right? But why did I just see a video of a woman in a grocery store getting chocolate chips, just buying chocolate chips to make chocolate chip cookies? And the chocolate chips went from, they're like $10 right now. And some of them were almost $17. It's unaffordable for groceries right now. There's no jobs in America. Okay? You said that getting illegals out, we will have more jobs. So this message...
Lady, make America great again does not mean make groceries affordable again. It means something entirely different. And let's just say, if what conservatives consider by make America great again, it means you will have a lot less rights than you do right now. I'm talking about the 1950s. That's what the conservatives consider make America great again. And just think about the civil rights you had back then in the 50s. So it has nothing to do with groceries. Groceries aren't gonna become cheaper. The economy isn't gonna improve, and jobs aren't gonna magically appear out of nowhere. So no, that's not what making America great is.
My favorite 2 posts on social media of all time. This guy said he voted for Trump to own the libs, and now he just lost his shoe business because of Trump's tariffs. In July of 2024, he says, I'm voting for Donald Trump for the economy and to own the libs, of course. But now he says, well, there went my shoe business. I don't understand why the tariffs have to eliminate the de minimis exception. Why does the government punish small businesses in this country knowing full well that Nike and all of the big brands will be fine paying the taxes, but his business gets wiped out? Gee, I wonder why the billionaire wouldn't fight to protect small businesses and why he would favor the corporations that lobby money to him. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, does it? Honestly, when I see posts like this, I don't feel bad for these people at all because they're getting exactly what they voted for. This is more proof that Donald Trump's tariffs are, of course, not good for the working class and small businesses. The bigger brands can just absorb these higher costs, move the supply chains around, or pass the costs along to the consumers. But small businesses don't have that type of cushion. They're the ones that go out first. And yet, Trump's base still cheered these policies on without knowing who they would actually impact. This is a classic example of what the Republican Party has gotten their base to do for years, and that's vote against their own self-interests. They are voting to give the billionaires more money, which means we get less money.
Small businesses are not in the same league as big businesses. Lots of small business owners think they're going to eventually become these big corporations and they will benefit from the policies that benefit big business, but that's almost never happens. Very rarely. So yeah, the plan is always for big business to absorb all the tariffs and everything else, and for the small businesses to go out of business, pun intended here. And you know what happens then? Then the big businesses buy up the small businesses, and then the small businesses are now part of the big business, and that's usually how it goes. So these small businesses thinking that, I mean, they're benefiting from what benefits big businesses. I mean, that's just not the case at all. Guys, if you like this content, please subscribe. It would mean the world to me, and you would be my hero if you subscribe. Thank you.
I didn't care how things were affecting others until it affected me. Am I proud of that? No. We live in a very cruel world, and sometimes the only way to survive is by being selfish. We are all just out here trying to survive as best we can. And although we may have good intentions and we may be empathetic and we may be compassionate, we will always put ourselves first because we have to survive. And if that means making a mistake in my vote or maybe putting my trust in the wrong person like I did, then that's what it means. I will always put the betterment of my family and vote in ways that I think will help my family above anyone else.
Here's the problem with voting for your self-interest. I understand Maslow's hierarchy of needs. When you're on the bottom and none of your needs are fulfilled, you can only think of yourself. But here's the problem with that, is you voted for your self-interest. So did everybody else in the Republican Party. Think about that for a minute. You voted for your self-interest, but you don't have anything. Like, you don't have anything. Like that's what it is. But other people, rich people, they have a lot. So of course they're going to vote for their self-interest because they have something. You don't. You need the tribe, right? The socialized healthcare, the socialized dental care, schools, firefighters, police officers, all socialized systems. Is it clicking yet? You voted against the tribe. You know, humans didn't make it on their own. We always existed in a tribe, taking care of each other. You could only take care of yourself if you have something. And you don't have shit.
For billionaires, they don't need the tribe. In fact, they become billionaires by exploiting the tribe. So when they vote for the Republican Party, they vote for themselves and to exploit the tribe. So anyone else who thinks like this woman did in the video doesn't understand that her interests are not the same as billionaires. They're not alike. They have nothing in common. So when she votes for someone else's best interest and not her own, she then F's around and finds out because she thinks it's socialism. Well, yeah, because billionaires want to say everything that's good for the tribe is socialism. That's to paint it in a really bad picture, just so the tribe can then say, oop, better not do that because it's really bad. It's socialism. It's not in our best interest, but it actually is.
What happened to America being great again? Because America is literally a nightmare right now. Like literally a nightmare for everyone. Americans are unhappy. We're slaving and working damn near 50 hours a week if you have a job, just for the government to take everything from them. You tax us on everything. People's paychecks are going to high-ass rents that people can barely afford. They're not even home. Sorry, guys, I have to see where I'm looking because it's dark. Hold on. They're not even home to even spend time in their $2,000 apartment because they're too busy at work trying to pay their rent, their bills, and they're getting taxed on everything. What the fuck is going on in America? Because America is far, far from great again. And then on top of all of this, you're having a meeting with Mark Zuckerberg, can't stand him, and Bill Gates, who wants to put chips in everybody. Like, what the hell is going on?
Okay, so that video, so the lady in the video, she was asking why Trump would invite Zuckerberg and Bill Gates over for dinner. I mean, it's because they're in his group. They're both billionaires. Actually, all three of them are. And they share the same values, which are billionaire values. And they have nothing else to do than to help each other. And they're not going to help the working class. They're not going to help the lady in the video. So she's asking the Bill Gates, the microchips in the vaccines and stuff. I mean, come on. You fell for the culture war, and now you're asking where are the jobs, why there are no jobs, why the price of groceries is going up. I mean, that's what they want you to be focused on, microchips. And sorry to say it, but I mean, you kind of fell for it.
It's happening. I just got my my balance sheet, my P&L from my accountant, and we were down $60,000 in August over the previous 3 years. Now, some of that is attributed to weather and whatnot, but I knew I was feeling it. I knew my stress wasn't illegitimate. $60,000 in the month of August. That hits. That hurts. I think we're going to start seeing businesses shut down at a record pace in September. The tourism season's over, so if you were in the tourism industry, you took the hit already. School's back in session. People are just trying to scrape by, and so man, July looked good. June was okay. But I saw the writing on the wall mid-July. I knew, we're in freaking trouble. Cost of goods sold down 65%. Goods sold 65%. Man,
I'd heard people say if you vote for this, you're going to get what you voted for.
Oh, so who did you vote for?
Braden House is an apprentice electrician who last year voted for Trump.
Oh, I see. So what happened to you?
A catastrophic wave of layoffs is hitting electricians in Maine.
Oh, okay. So I wonder what caused you to lose your job.
Republicans in Congress passed Trump's so-called Big Beautiful Bill, drastically scaling back investments in solar and wind. The bill rapidly phases out the Inflation Reduction Act's clean energy investments.
Oh, I see. So the man that you support actually signed the bill that caused you to lose your job because it basically guts a lot of the Inflation Reduction Act. And I wonder what the Inflation Reduction Act did for your job.
The Inflation Reduction Act was the largest federal investment in clean energy.
Ooh, right. Clean energy jobs because you worked in solar. And what was the reason why you voted for him?
When I voted for Trump, my big thing was I agreed with his stance on immigration. I agreed with his idea of no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. I liked his stance on no new wars.
Okay, well, the whole no taxes on tip thing doesn't even affect you because your former job was in the solar industry, so I don't think you get tipped. And then you pretty much gave up your job because of immigration policies? Okay. So based on all that I've seen, it sounds like you really do like to benefit from Democrat policies because your job, for example, was a benefit of the Inflation Reduction Act, which gave you your solar job. But yet you vote against it and then vote for the party that got rid of your job. Right. Alright, so I guess you effed around and found out?
I'd heard people...
I mean, the last video, the guy in the video who worked in the solar industry, he voted against his own best interest. It's funny because Biden's policies were the ones that got him his job, and it was thanks to Biden. But in the interview, when he was asked what he liked about Trump, he said Trump's immigration policies. I mean, that's a code word. That's a code word for I want to see Latinos deported, I want to see Hispanics deported, and I would just like no brown people coming in. I mean, that's what it means. That's what it means when one of these Trump MAGA voters, when they always say immigration policies, that's really a code word for no brown people, please. So, I mean, that's just how it is. But it's funny because they always want the socialism part of these economic policies, but they only want it for themselves. They don't want it for anyone else. So when they have to share this socialism, whatever, I'm not being serious here, but when they have to share it, they prefer not to have it themselves if they need to share it. So that's why they vote against their own best interest, because to them, if they have to share it, if someone else, a different group of people from themselves, minorities, if they get access to the same benefits they do, then they just feel not special. They just feel left out. So they would rather not for anyone have it rather than for everyone to have it. So I want to hear from you. What do you think of these MAGAs who are now regretting their votes? Why are they regretting their votes for Trump? Is it because they personally got their faces eaten by the leopards, or is it something else? I want to hear from you. Thank you. And one last note. Guys, we're a small channel. We're growing. Please subscribe. If you like my content, please like, leave a comment, subscribe. It would mean the world to me. If you do, we're doing everything to grow. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone here.